Lithuania has installed anti-tank barriers on a bridge across the Neman River, right on the border with Russia's Kaliningrad region. As reported by the Lithuanian Defense Ministry, in the event of a threat in the vicinity of the bridge, additional barriers can be created if necessary, and some bridges will be prepared for detonation. The fortifications themselves are only auxiliary and will be covered by gunfire, explained the Lithuanian Defense Ministry. Currently, the Lithuanian army is testing new defensive structures.
We cannot apply this to the entire border with Russia. Right now you only see one water obstacle. The Neringa River is a slightly different water obstacle. It has different access and planning. The same with the land part. These three directions are perceived differently, but in the end they are united into a single whole and a single defense plan.
According to the Minister of National Defense of Lithuania, his country plans to spend 600 million euros on defensive fortifications in the next decade.
That's how much the Lithuanian line of defense will cost. Most of it will be spent on mines. Different types of mines. We have agreements. And some mines are already on the way. More will come.
In 2024, Lithuania also began building a military base for German troops 20 kilometers from the border with Belarus. The base will accommodate up to 4,000 servicemen. Its cost will exceed 1 billion euros. The project will be one of the largest in the history of independent Lithuania, the Lithuanian Defense Ministry noted. After the start of Russia's full-scale war against Ukraine, the German government decided to permanently station a Bundeswehr brigade of about 5,000 people in Lithuania. It should reach full combat readiness by 2027.
The brigade will serve as a guarantee for our population and a deterrent for the Russians. Raimundas Vaikšnoras, commander of the Lithuanian Armed Forces, in a comment to the BNS agency.
In turn, Estonia intends to build a defensive line on the border with Russia in 2025. The project will include 600 bunkers. As noted by the Estonian government, the experience of the war in Ukraine was taken into account when drawing up the requirements for the protective structures. In September 2024, Poland, Lithuania, Latvia and Estonia called on the European Union to build a defense line along the 700-kilometer border with Russia and Belarus. Some EU diplomats estimated its cost at about 2.5 billion euros. According to Reuters, the appearance of defense infrastructure on NATO's eastern border will help solve the problem of hybrid threats. This includes cyber attacks, for example, or attempts to create a migration crisis.
We are very well prepared for this terrible phenomena, the Russian threat from our crazy neighbor, and why we wanted to become members of the European Union, members of NATO, so that someone would support our small countries, which are not able to buy even a banal tank or a modern fighter, so that we would have protection from our older, richer partners. That is, we still expect protection from them.
For their part, the Finnish authorities have decided to increase the height of the fence on the border with Russia to 3.5 meters. By the end of 2026, the Finnish border guard plans to build 200 kilometers of fortifications on the eastern border, and the metal network will become denser. As explained by the Finnish border guard, strengthening the fence will help make the border with the Russian Federation more secure. Reported by Serhiy Kulias, Kristina Dombrovska, UATV News.